If you ask car owners, what are the issues they have with mechanics, you will hear so many stories. Likewise, mechanics. So, what did we do? Balancé decided to bring car owners and mechanics to sit down in one place and have this discussion. So, today, we have car owners and mechanics sitting down to discuss the issue they have with each other. What have car owner done to you? And what have mechanic done to you that you don't like? Today, let's discuss it.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Gabriel. I've been a car owner since 2021, but I've been driving since 2014. I've also been a mechanic since 2019. So yeah.
My name's Ayohana Ezekiel. I'm a mechanic. Autoloop to be precise. I've been a mechanic for like 8 years now.
Hello, good morning. My name is Oluwaseyi Eniola. I'm a mechanic. I've been a mechanic since 2016. I'm also a installer. I install lift. I'm also a aligner. I train. I install balancing tire changer and wheel alignment. Thank you.
My name is Ibrahim Kazwagbi. I've been a car owner since 2016. I've been driving for over 18 years now, that's since 2007, and I'm a car owner.
So my name is Zainab Lady. I'm an entrepreneur. I own a brand, Zash Luxury Hairs, on Instagram. I've been a car owner for about 6 months and I've been driving for 3.
Hello, my name is Mena. I'm an accountant. I'll say I've been a car owner for over 5 years. Yeah, and I've been driving for way longer. I can't really tell when I started driving, but.
So, what is the worst experience you have ever had with a mechanic?
My beef is strong. I would basically say my first car, because I'm currently using my second car, mechanics destroyed it. Because before getting that car, not everyone is basically privileged to come from families where there are cars. So I literally knew nothing about cars. Like when I even bought that car, I got it to Kumbo, right? I didn't even know that I had to change oil. Before I started using it was that bad. Like I literally knew nothing. And I know I'm a guy. I was like, you should know, but I literally knew nothing about cars, right? And yeah, and sadly, I got into an accident which I had to go to. That was even when you've never changed oil before. Like it was just a funny thing. And after that repair, like the car just became like 1 week, one trouble kind of car. I literally even sold it inside the mechanic workshop. I just got frustrated, like, no, I'm not doing it again.
When I got my car, I didn't know I was supposed to change the battery. So there was this guy that taught me how to drive. He claims to be a mechanic. So any small thing, if we're driving and there's a sound and anything, he'll be like, I can do it. Instead of actually be like, don't go to all these mechanics, they'll just be collecting your money. I can do it, don't worry. The last experience I had with him, I've not seen him again till today because the guy ran away with my money. He literally said, okay, he wanted to buy some things in the car and he wanted to get me another battery. The moment I paid him, he stopped picking my calls. He stopped replying my messages. I now had to go to a proper mechanic shop, that's Balancé, to get my battery changed and to get other things that I need to do.
Well, for me, I can't say I actually have a worse experience with them because growing up actually, because of the kind of family I grew up with, there was always cars and we had to actually understand everything about cars. So literally, I'm going to the mechanic machine and I'm telling them, this is the problem with the car, get this fixed. So if I have to put like the worst experience I've actually had with mechanic was, I think that was about 4 years ago, when the mechanic said he wanted to change something, and because I just got that car, I didn't really know about the parts of the car. And the mechanic told me, okay, to change this part, it's going to cost about 100,000. I paid because I just needed it fixed and all that. Only to find out 3 days later, what I was charged for 100,000 was just about 5,000.
Wow.
So you can imagine the magic. So ever since then, whenever I want to do something, I'm going to the mechanic, this is what I need fixed, and I have the price at the back of my head. So if you're doing markup, I can understand, but when it's way outrageous, then it's a no-no for me.
So this car has been parked down for like 5 years. They brought every mechanic, they could not start it. So He called me, I was like, oh, don't worry, we'll fix it. So I went down from Ibadan to Lagos. Before I left Ibadan, I told him to bring the car to Ibadan, it's going to cost you, if you want to do it, it's going to cost you like 100K. But I'll just come, make sure the car starts in Lagos and we'll drive it down to Ibadan. So I came in my car, we started the car worked. When I got to Ibadan, I was like, don't worry, I'll see you later. He didn't give me that money. I said, well, it's a contract, so let me finish my work. During the process, I told him, the tires on these cars are not really good. He said, no, is that just got the tire? I said, okay. When we were going back to, after everything, the painting, the interior, the engine fixing and everything, I was okay. I told him, this tire is not, he said, don't worry, they just changed it, leave the tire. You believe when I got to, before getting to Ogiri, the car started. I was like, what the fuck? I just parked. I had to buy tire from all these roadside people, put it in the car so I could be able to deliver the car in Lagos. He didn't give me the money. Paid me, I was like, In total, I think I lost about 120K with that job. And that was like 2 years ago. 120K was a lot of money. Like, well, it is what it is, sha. I think that's my worst experience with a car owner.
Well, I'm neutral. I don't really allow problem to drive to me. Whenever I saw a car owner that is like somehow crazy, I don't. When you come to me, I explain what I know. As a professional, that's what I know and I can fix it. But if you try to prove somehow stubborn, I let it go. So I don't allow any problem get to me. I'm always cool.
So the experience I had is that I never knew the car owner as a senior brother is also a mechanic. So he took his car to his senior brother before bringing him to me, like, Sheyu, let me to work on my car. Like, clean shot, all the car is just doing knocking sound, something like that. I was like, okay, sir, let's work on this engine. It's 50-50. If I work on the engine, still doing that, I have to change the engine. He said, okay, I should ride on. Okay, no problem. When I finished the car, like 2 weeks later, he called me like, the car started. I said, sir, let's change the engine. He now took the car to his senior brother workshop. I should come and meet him at one workshop, not knowing that it's his senior brother workshop. When I get there, he was not there. His senior brother was taller than me, like, giant, like, are you the mechanic? I say, yes, sir. You are the owner. I'm also a mechanic. He was not telling me 19 something that I have been working on some cars that I did rubbish. I said, sir, no. I explained it to him. He said, he's my brother, he's my junior brother. That by something like that. I would say, wow. I said, no problem. What do you want us to do? He said, no. Next thing, he said, I should calm down. Next thing, I saw a police people like, you took my brother, something. They took me to the police station. Like, I was not trying to explain because I have to call my mom down. Like, she come and say, your son is at the police station. I don't have to call. I don't want to mention the police station. My mom was not scared. I said, Mom, don't worry. This is a normal thing. Settlement, you have to, you find the solution. Like, the police have to tell me that, I collected 400,000 to repair a car. That I still have some change. That if I want to pay myself. I said, sir, I have to go and repair the car before anything. I said, I have to pay myself. I have to pay 10,000 that night. Later on, I have to fix the car. Start from the beginning and do it perfect. But the car was working fine. But later the man now called me that I should come and do it service. I tell the man, in your life, don't ever call my number again. That's it. That was the experience I had with the customer.
Can I talk about my worst experience with the mechanic?
Sure.
So, yes, now.
Okay.
2 ways. So I learned to work on cars. I think it was after my AGMB in 2018. I was just at home and they were like, go and learn something. I said, I can't learn tailor, I can't learn Batman, I don't like it. I've always loved cars, so I was like, let me just go to the mechanic this thing. I never planned to work. I won't use it to work, but let me just know about it more like day. I enjoyed it. So in 2021, when I got my first cars, during that learning experience, I met many guys now. We knew the ones that could. So when I got my first car, I got it as a project. It was cheap. Like, I got the car for like 30% the market value. So I knew the engine was bad. I knew we could fix it. So I was like, but that time I didn't have time and there was money now. There's money. So I was like, I just called one of my Alpha, I'm very engine. One says a deal. Buy. The other guy was like, oh, I'm ashamed now. Everything. Just quoted me one price like that. I gave him. He fixed the engine. Said he will fix it. This man, I've seen him work on several engines, so I just this man did me strong thing. No? Everything he said he changed, he didn't change it. Everything. They just I managed the car. I traveled with it to Ilorin. Coming back, I just started I was like, hey. So I managed it. I took it to because me, I don't like fixing engine. I love changing. It's just the economy now. So I took it to one of our egbon. So I now sat with him. We pieces the engine together. Everything the man said he changed from the crankshaft to it didn't change anything. So I had to fix it now, sit down and fix it myself again. And since then, I think I used that fixed engine for like 3 years before I changed it.
Additional. The last experience I had, that was so painful. It was here in Ireland. I came around like the car owner. It's a big man shall do. Well, when I got there, I fixed the car. Just a little thing. The mechanic is always dirty. Then we also work with black oil. Sometimes I finished with servicing the oil. So there was a oil stain on the seat, driver seat. The car owner was not telling me that in Yoruba, like, how would I put it, in Yoruba, I speak like, like, our family, like, he was trying to talk to all my family. I was like, wow. Since that day, I never picked the mark up. I blocked him immediately, like, wow, why would we calling my family on? My family is not here, I'm the only one here. You have to talk to me that you stay in my car, that I'll clean it immediately. But you're not like, my family, general. Since then, I stopped picking his call, I block him.
Well, you guys have a lot of experience. But let's now put ourselves in individual shoes, car owners. Now let's think like a mechanic. A mechanic, let's think like car owners. First of all, car owners. Why, if you were a mechanic now and you have the chance to repair that engine, and nobody said that you don't buy a new engine, even though we know that the engine is not faulty. But most of the time, mechanics will tell you, buy another new engine, or they'll overprice you, your old stories. If that story was to be swapped, how would you explain to that mechanic, instead of taking him to the police station or insulting him or calling him fraud, what would you do if the situations were swapped?
Okay, so basically, I just want to, before I continue, there's something Ezekiel said about dealing with car owners. So the fact is, I've had experience where some mechanics don't like working with me. Reasons being that they feel I know too much and all that. But you can't blame me because that's how I grew up. Like my dad, even to date, if he's driving, he will tell you, this is the problem of the car. And he's that kind of person that if he's driving a car, he hears a sound. It's already irritating him. He's going to the mechanic workshop. I need this fixed, this is what the problem is. So just to ask Ezekiel, now, you saying you don't like working with people that feel they know too much or that feel, okay, yes, they are just too policing. Now, put yourself as a car owner. If you have car experience, but you're not a car owner, but you have car experience, how would you feel if you're discussing with a mechanic? You already know the problem, you already understand what needs to be done, and then that's okay, please do this. But you as a mechanic is like, don't tell me my job, I know what I need to do. So now put yourself in my shoes and me putting myself in your shoes. What would you do different if you were me, that you understand your car very well and you're a car owner and you know the problem, you're going to the mechanic, get this fixed. Since you said you don't like people telling you your job or feeling too smart about their cars.
It's a good one. The question is for me.
Yes.
Wow. Sometimes when you go to a medical doctor, you told him, I'm only having headache on my head. And most times, I buy paracetamol, buy Panadol, same headache. The doctor will not only give you prescription for the headache, he will check the cause, the content that would what leads to your brain that will cause headache. Yes. Now, when you come to me as a professional, you told me you are hearing the sound of a linkage. I now, as a professional, I test drive your car. I found out that it's the tie rod head that is making sound. If I'm trying to explain to you, you think it's set on the tie rod or the linkages, I will let you go. Because I've tested the car myself and I found out the real cause of the pain, but you said no.
Okay, so it's two different things we were talking about.
Yeah.
So one thing is, there are people that can tell you that, okay, just like using this as a scenario, like I'm thinking, let's say, is the stereo rack that is giving me that noise. I just say the stereo rack, and I come to you, and you now discover that it's not the stereo rack. It's, let's say, it could be the tie rod, or it could be budget that is making that noise. There's two different things and two scenarios you can say, sir, it is not the stereo rack as you think it is. It is this other one. And another thing, like the manner of how you're saying that it is this. So it's two different. If you're able to show me and prove to me that this is not what I am saying, it is this I am saying. Because I've been in a situation where I had issues arguing with my own mechanic. He's saying, oh God, this is the common problem. And I'm trying to explain to you that, look, you drove the car for an hour. I drove the car for a week more. And I'm able to explain to you that this is the problem of the car. The problem I have is most times you don't want to check what I have told you is the problem. You just want to assume that that is the problem. In a case where you now discover that, okay, because of how you said now, you will not want to give the opportunity to actually check, okay, what this person is saying is the problem. Using the doctor scenario as an example now, I'm the one with the headache. I'm feeling this headache like this. There's no between headache and migraine. I'm the one explaining to you how I'm feeling, and oh, take it or leave it. You're only giving me medication based on the understanding of how you feel this pain can be. You can have the pain feeling here and it's headache. Somebody can have the same pain here and it's migraine. They are not the same thing. So that's why I say, do you give opportunity to actually check what the car owner has told you, or you just base it on, I'm the professional and I know this is how it's meant to be and this is the problem if you're saying this is what you're experiencing. So that's what I'm asking.
If you will heard me clearly, I said after test driving it.
And I gave you a scenario of, I've driven the car for a week and you drove the car for less than an hour.
I have to check first.
Exactly what I want to hear, not just driving, but when you check.
Yes.
So the question now, do you give opportunity? I said it's stereo rack. You said it's, okay, I feel it's stereo rack, you feel it's budget,
okay,
or something else. Do you give opportunity to actually check the stereo rack, or you just go check the budget and say this is the problem? Because I've been in a situation where they change something and that's not the problem.
Now, what I said is that I have to check first.
Exactly.
That is the essence of the test driving. I have to test drive and check. After checking, I'll give you the feedback.
Why do mechanics always overprice? No. Why?
Can I start?
Yes, absolutely.
So personally, my like I said, I'm not even up to date. I won't say I'm still good. I've been driving for 5 years. I won't say I feel like it should not be something that bothers me, right? And my biggest issue is I come to you, you tell me, okay, this is the problem. Okay, what is the budget? Like 50,000 naira. I go home thinking it's 50,000. Only for me to get, when I go home, I'm not there. Only for me to get a call later that, this one does spoil again, oh, this one does spoil again, oh. And somehow I left there knowing, okay, I'm planning to spend, and somehow I don't spend 150K. Like, it's more like when you get all these normal artisans in your house, you just do one thing. They give you a quotation, but it's never, as in the quotation is never correct. It's never accurate. There is always, if most times they have double the initial budget that you have, and this money, we are not plucking money just because we have cars. They feel like we have money stacked up somewhere. That's not, sometimes it could be because I know that I need this car to move to work. I don't want to jump bus. That's why I need it fixed. And because they know that you're desperate and it's just, they've already started the work. Either way, if you say you want to move the car, they still want to probably, maybe they remove the leg. Because you don't even have to, I have a situation like, okay, I'm not doing it again. It's okay, the one that don't do, pay me for it. So it's really crazy and it's really, I don't know. So why is it like, you can't just tell me, okay, 50K, let me know that 50K I want to spend, and okay, if I decide to fix it, I will not that I will not go home, you not call me, organ that thing, I not see this one before, or you need to do this one, or the one I see when I tell you before, or as I come market price don't change. The stories are just, it's never the sharp.
Also, I feel like mechanics price you based on the type of car you drive. If you're driving, if you come with a Corolla, maybe like a normal, I don't know, a 2002 Corolla, they will know that if I go and charge this person might just carry his car and leave. But there's this statement that they will make that, are you not driving a Lexus? How much is the money that I called? Do you get, like, it's just, I don't know why mechanics do that. They just, if you bring a Benz to a mechanic workshop, they will just look at you and be like, something of maybe like 20,000 or 50,000. They might call it 200K for you, like, of course you have the money. They don't even know if you went to borrow the car for a week. And you just want to fix it before giving it back to the owner.
Over to you guys, mechanic. Why do you do that?
You see, you drive into a mechanic workshop. You came, you want to do this, you want to do that, you want to do that. A mechanic cannot rush and tell you the price. It's not a magic. But when everything is being loosed down, so this you need to be changed, this. And like seriously, some mechanics are very, very cunning. Some are cunning. But with a good job, I think you are cool. With a good job, I think we are cool.
So I think where the problem is here is, I've seen it, I've experienced it. Customers will come, okay, let me use Mercedes as an example. There's this 1211, so it has this problem where the brake just fails. So the replacement is like 400, it used to be 400K. So imagine, the customer will be ready to buy that part, that 400K part. But when it's now time to pay for workmanship, they will now say, check out for 5K now. Shebi okon 2K, let's just give you 2K now. Not knowing that the mechanic has families to feed. So most mechanics, what they will just tell you, is 800K. You know that at the end of the day, you price like 650K. They are still going on with 250.
I feel like that one is valid.
Because the truth is, most car owners don't want to pay for anything. They'll just come, Shebi is just, you just want to change oil now, and let me give you 2K. And you just want to do this, let me...
I get your point.
And I feel like it's just because of the country we're in. In America now, my friend I used to work with, he traveled out, and he told me the first day he got there, he said, will not be work they do for Nigeria. Say, there, they charge per hour. By the time you bring most people even scrap their car because they can't pay the workmanship. It's not even the parts that is the issue. Okay, let me use Toyota Camry 2001. They call it pencil. So this car has a timing belt. It's a timing belt engine. If you want the timing belt, the whole parts, the timing belts, the adjuster, everything, I think it's like $300 to $350. But if you want to change that and you want to change the timing belt, everything, and water pump, they will charge, your bill will be like 1,000 to 1,500. And the car is worth just, at the end of, if you want to sell that same Camry, you sell it for like, it's even up to 1,500 now, safe. So most car owners will just scrap it. Those are the cars that will now come to Nigeria and we'll fix it at Tokumbo, first button. But that apart, most Nigerian car owners, the ones I've dealt with, they don't like paying.
Yeah, sure.
I think I've only met one or two that will. How much is your work?
Can I say something about the points that you made of maybe losing a screw or tightening a bolt or something? I feel like I'm with you on that because even if it's just to tighten a bolt, you're not paying for that tightening of bolt. You're paying for the experience of.
Thank you.
The
So I dealt with an IS 350. I started dealing with that car in January. There was this consistent coming from the car. I told Jonah said, then let's change the steering rack. I was like, your steering rack, number one, I'm not going to put Tokumbo in this car. It's going to be brand new and it's over 1.2 million. You want to gamble your 1.2 million? Or you let us take it step at a time. We check the ball joints, the bushings, we change the ones that are bad, we change them. The shock absorbers too. During the course of consultation, we noticed that it was bad. So we changed them. The noise was still persistent. The man still called me like 3 weeks ago, was like, yeah, let's change the steering rack. It's the steering rack. I've called, because he uses a Lexus, I've called Mohammed Lexus. He said it's the steering rack. I said, okay. So he brought the car, we lose the car. Nothing's wrong with your steering rack. I'll just return the car to you, go and change it in another place because I don't want anything that. I like sleeping and sleeping good. But before that, I was like, I now told my technician, lose the whole leg of this car, tighten everything, like every bolt, torque them to spec. He did it. I was like, carry the car, the noise stopped. I was like, So I returned it to him. I didn't say anything. He now drove the car. He called, like, because that day traveled. The next day he called me, was like, Gabriel, this guy is, what did you change? I didn't change anything. I just tightened. I was like, that's good. And he's a good customer. I think one of the best customers I've had. But immediately sent 20K to my account, like, thank you. Most customers will not care. They'll be like, Shebi, you didn't change anything now. Don't worry. Not minding the time that we had to drop we had to scatter the whole front suspension. So I feel like that's why, if it was, because my technician was like, we'll change this steering rack now, we go see money. I was like, this guy, now my guy, leave him. Normal mechanic in Nigeria will tell you, they will change that steering rack and they will collect your one. They even sell your old steering rack and still make money from it. Because Nigerian car owners are not ready to pay. Because if you see someone, they will come with a car of 15 million. That's the market value. But to spend 20K on workmanship, 10K on workmanship, they will start, it's too much now. So they will go to the person that would rather say, you're my friend, I won't collect workmanship for you. But is putting maybe substandard oil, using fake filter for them. They prefer that one. I think that's what most Nigerian car owners, that's what they prefer. They don't like the truth. I've tried it. I've tried telling them the truth.
So can I? Okay, sorry. Just to talk about what you guys are talking about pricing and all that. Now, the truth of the matter is, if you look at what she said earlier, talking about sometimes people don't want to pay for the work.
Yes.
They don't want to pay for the fact is, since you didn't know it, you're meant to pay for the experience.
Yeah, exactly.
So what most mechanics do in most cases, which I've seen, is sometimes they try to put markup because they know at the end of the day, the workmanship they are going to get is nothing. Yes. From customers most times, which I know. And that's why most times I try to be friends with my mechanic. In the sense that you will say, this is what you need to change, this is what you need to change, and this is what we're changing. I say, okay. I will now discuss. Before I even do anything, I always ask, how much? That's the first thing I always do. I want to know, okay, how much are you charging for workmanship? Because playing that down, because the truth of the matter is, put it in other situations, an IT expert. Something that you have been battling, you're trying to do, like you can't do it, and the next thing the person just comes, just press 1, 2, 3, it's fixed. You may not want to pay for the work, but you forget that it's the experience.
And it was done in 2 minutes.
So that's why most times, like you said, if car owners sometimes don't like hearing the truth, which I will say this, and most times people do markup. I've been in a situation, it's not as if I'm actually proud of it, where I took one of my friends to a mechanic and I told them, this guy will price you to nothing. Yes. Whatever you want to change for it, add your markup, but don't be so outrageous. Because the truth of the matter is, the reason why mechanics try adding markup in most of these parts they are buying is because at the end of the day, people don't want to pay them well. Yeah. But the experience I gave was something of 5,000, and you're telling me it's about 100,000. That is way outrageous. So, like she said, in a way, it is valid, but we have to find a way to come.
I think that's where, funny enough, I think that's where balance comes in, because now that's why I like go with their app, because the first time I was like, this is a nice idea. At least before you even come, you already know the workmanship you are paying. Anything I'm doing, even if I'm just changing one plug, this is the workmanship you are paying. So it makes it easier. That's just it. And I think the main cause of this thing is because most mechanics too, it's sad, most of them are not well educated. So the customers feel like, you know if you speak better English, why you want to charge that kind of money? I just feel at the end of the day, it's just profiling.
Yeah.
It's just profiling.
And it's on both sides.
Yes. Yeah. Because me, if I come to you, by the time I speak to you, you even be scared to price me anyhow. Because I'll just tell you, this is the amount I'm charging. And that was it. Before I even come out, my consultation fee for me to leave my house, before it used to be like 10K. For me to leave my house now, to even just come and check the car, it's 20K. So if you don't want, I'll just stay in my house. Because but most mechanics can't do that. Why me I'm able to do that is because I have other houses I'm doing. I do real estate, I design websites. So the mechanic thing is just like an hobby to me. But imagine a mechanic that wants to feed his wife. Like my technician, there was one day he called me, was like, I beg if you send me 5K, I never okay, no, I go send them. Imagine a customer now coming to that one. No matter how they price him, if they tell him they want to give him 2K for the job, he'll be forced to take it. Yes. So I think everything is car owners have to, number one, most car owners don't even know anything about their cars. That's the saddest part. You see someone, they don't even know They don't even know the name of their engine. They're just driving the car. They don't know this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I'm supposed to do. They don't know. They are just using the car. Now, how would mechanic not do P? It's just Yoruba will say kò sẹ́ni tó máa rí kinní kan ọkọ tí ò ní ró sọ́dọ̀ ààrẹ. Like you will put it to your side now. This one no sabi anything, make we chop am now. So it is what it is. So I feel like if more apps, more firms can come up like balance it, the ecosystem will become better. Yeah, the ecosystem will become better. Yeah. So that's it.
So I also wanted to add to the pricing thing. One of the issues I think happens is because it's a cultural thing. Most car owners already assume that these mechanics are already adding markups. So, and they don't want, so is that mentality that even if you say, okay, you don't want markup, you don't want to buy it themselves, whatever you buy from a mechanic, they'll tell you is fake. So they are forced to let you buy these things yourself with your markup. Then the only thing they know they can get back at you with is the workmanship. So as much as they can, they want to beat that one that they know that okay, it's sort of a service charge because they know that. I'm telling you because I'm a car and I'm telling you how we feel. You understand?
Send you to their own dealers and do the call markup.
So you really don't want to waste your time and we do that this thing.
Before, there was a car owner, he came to my workshop that I want to buy an engine. I said, okay, sir. It's 950k. He said, I like that. I'll go to Ladipo myself. Or I should give him the. When he gets to Ladipo, engine Ladipo mouth, if you know you are a car owner, will give you 1.3 million. As up. It's going to say you are a car owner. But it's better than a mechanic go to the workshop, to the Ladipo himself and get the engine done. A car owner should go himself. Because you'll be 100%, the mechanic will be 100% sure if anything happens. If you're a car owner, you get an engine for me. If I fix for you, no fine. I'll collect double again. If I want to fix it again.
See,
That's the risk actually.
So we're talking about this risk, right? You don't. I don't know about you, but 90% of Nigerian mechanics don't even take responsibility. I've seen where they will change something. Maybe sometimes it's even the wrong thing that they will change. They will tell you, sorry, let's say don't be what you're supposed to change with that and something else. You still have to be the one to buy that new one. Yes. I don't know any Nigerian mechanic that actually takes responsibility for their mistakes.
Speaking about this, they can try to be losing one thing in the process of losing something break, and they'll tell you, we need to change this. Not taking ownership of they are the ones that actually destroyed that. I've literally seen like I saw this thing, but said no, that's where it was really. Okay, so you can't come. No, now. Even if I have to pay for it, knowing that okay, yes, because if I don't fix it, it's going to still affect me. But sometimes that sorry or take responsibility of that happening. At least can soften because at the end of the day we know that yes, we have to change it. But most times it's rare to see mechanics taking ownership when something goes bad.
So let's be real here. Let's be real here. Let's be real. Nigerians, most of us are users. Nobody will come now and say, oh, I was the one that destroyed this thing. I will be like, oh, leave it. Don't worry, sorry, I'll pay and I would repair it. No. If I would see budget, you spoil it to now.
No, it's two ways. You can literally there are some cars that you're trying to lose something, and obviously it's very hard to lose. And you can see sometimes say we have to use fire to do this. So there are situations where you are literally seeing the mechanic trying to lose it. It's not as if it did that intentional. You can literally see it happening. And most times it's just for them to take responsibility. The one you are saying now is like, okay, I literally said, okay, we have to just lose this. I went and came back, say, okay, when we lose it, there was something
why you are talking like this is because from what you said, you have little experience with cars. Myself, I'm also like that. Like a few weeks back, I did something on my account. Like the next day, I just noticed the water in the radiator going down. Like, oh, what was causing this thing? I checked out. I now traced it. I saw that it was the radiator was leaking. It had a pinhole leak. So the next time I went to my technicians, I was like, how far, Joshua? Wait till do this radiator. I was like, be like say when they carry this thing, something touch am. I just laughed. Okay, we'll fix it. A normal Nigerian owner, you spoil his radiator, you repair it or replace it.
Well, for this I'm saying, the truth of the matter is, okay, it's like you saying you're trying to fix your car, and the mechanic say, okay, this thing went bad. You know that this person cannot replace it. And that's why if you have good relationship with your mechanic, like me, I try to have very good relationship with my mechanic. If you have a good relationship with your mechanic, trust me, they will always be open to you. But if you are the type like
And
that's what I was
be kind
asking you,
to them.
I was asking you that okay, there's a way you can have a relationship with your mechanic. Like sometimes I see my mechanic trying to do it this way, I'm like okay, let's do it like this. I don't leave my cars. I'm with them, like we are doing it together. Like no man is an island. Like we are literally doing it together to get the results. Then trust me, when things like that happen, we can understand that okay, don't worry. At least because don't forget there are times when you have issues. Like my mechanic, there was a day my car just broke down. I just called him, and in less than 20 minutes he was there. He fixed it just like that. Like he just. But imagine I don't have that relationship with my mechanic. Okay, I'm coming. So the best thing for me is have a good relationship with your mechanic, and you enjoy their service just the same way they enjoy your service.
Good relationship and be kind to them. Like, just be kind.
Thank
It
you
takes nothing.
so much. I just want to. We're ending this right now. Yeah. And on the last note, you guys have heard about Balance Day. I know you guys have used our service before, and I think one or twice you guys have used our app. What is your experience? This right now, I just want to know, what is your experience with Balance Day? How do you think Balance Day it's going to this? We have shared different experience right now. Different worst experience, good experience, thoughts and all of that. What do you think Balance Day is going to do to solve this, or is doing to solve this? We don't have a lot of time, but let's try. Let's just ask
Okay. Okay, with my own little experience, fixing your car at Balance is stress-free. Like literally zero stress. All you have to do is just, when you get there, they will check whatever is going on with your car, and there's no overpricing or you feeling like you're being scammed or you're being taken advantage of. You get to just relax and your car will be taken care of. So that's my experience with Balance.
So for me, what I would like to add to it is one thing about using more sophisticated. Okay, so just before I come this, just a little. I remember there was a time I took one of my boss car to I don't want to call the name. I took it for service, and what let's say the mechanic said we'll do to fix the AC and compressor and all. He said okay, we're going to looking about 200 and something thousand. I took it to a more sophisticated because like nobody. What we were told was we're going to spend almost 3 point something million, and I asked how much is the car? So the truth of the matter is we need to make known to the public that yes, we are sophisticated, we can get this done for you, but not at a higher cost. Right. But it's more because that's one of the things people have had. One of the reasons why people like going to the roadside mechanic is because they're giving them the mindset that we're cheaper and we can get it done same day. Taking it to like when most of the kids were like, okay, we want to do the whole thing. Just imagine your car is going to be there for like almost 3 to 4 days because they want to get it the A to Z all done. So if you can give timing that okay, it can be fixed on time and the prices are not okay. Trust me, people will want to do this. And even home service, come pick up my car, get it done, and bring it back.
Oh, you've not used Balance before, right?
I've used it once. I would say it's more like a test run for me because over time now I've had a usual mechanic I go to because I really just want somebody that will just come and take my car. So what I just did was just loop servicing. I just wanted to test the service. Yeah. So I really would say I have much to say. I've not really had any proper repairs done at Balance, but
Gotcha.
yes.
Gotcha. Well, Balance here himself. I think it's important to start that we are mostly focused on loop services, to be fair. Ours is, first of all, to improve the culture of maintenance, which is something that we will all agree that Nigerians lack a lot, right? So the idea is that if you predictively, do these things right, you maintain your vehicle, there are certain routines that you're supposed to go through if you are driving your vehicle almost regularly. Like you said, you didn't even know you had to change your oil. That education, right? That transparency, making you understand why I need to do X, Y, Z, right? That's where we come in, and we do that through so many means, through our app, through our social media. Even when you come experience it in person, right? You are guaranteed that, somewhat they would explain to you was even as little as alignment. If your alignment was out, sometimes we go further to probe you like, did you change something in your vehicle? Because this isn't normal, right? And eventually you say, oh, I changed my tire rod, ball joint, and then we're like, okay, cool. Let's just fix it and you should be good to go. Say we fixed it, we found something else, we'll let you know immediately. You don't have to do it with us. Ours is to just, let you know that this is exactly what's wrong with your vehicle and you're able to fix it as well. I think we've all talked about so many awesome stuff today and different experiences as well. I just want to put that Balance is solving majority of these problems, right, in simple ways. And I think the first thing I want to say is that he said it. We all together have to fix it, and that's why Balance, our motto actually says, together we fix it. You're the one driving the vehicle, you're the one noticing the signs. When you bring it in, you need to be patient to let the technician do their own diagnosis, come up with a quotation, the right one, right, not one that is rushed where you're saying, I only get 5 minutes, if you check them real quick. Now, they're not doing a proper job for you because you put them under pressure, but one where it's done properly, they're giving you the right quote. There's not going to be discrepancy between the 50K they told you initially and when they call the market. There's additional things that we do at Balance. I can go on for so many instances, but let me just two quick ones. I think the first one that I liked was a customer came to service their vehicle. So they bought, I think, 4 liter and one liter of Mobil 1 oil. And I think the quotation I saw there was like 40,000 thereabout on the 4 liter. And I'm like, ow. Like, what the hell is going on? Why is this oil this expensive? So I'm forced to call the vendor directly myself, like, hey, why is your oil expensive? Especially that I already called somebody else, and he's told me that the same oil can be gotten for 28,000 naira. So in my mind, I'm like, why would you charge 12,000 naira extra when we are all in the same location? We're also even in a mechanic garage, and it makes no sense whatsoever for you to do this. Eventually, right, I was able to help the customer renegotiate that deal. It's a done transaction, but I was able to get them 8,000 naira back. So I told the vendor, you take 2K, give me the 8K on top of that 38K, and I gave it back to the customer. That's one instance. The other instance I think happened this Monday. I was coming back from Ikorodu, and my manager calls me and says, oh, we test drove an alignment car, and it caught fire. And apparently there was an hose that leaked. It has nothing to do with alignment. But again, it goes into what you're saying. We took responsibility. I called the mechanic, go there where it is, find out what's wrong, fix the hose. And eventually when the customer came, said, oh, your total bill is 10K and whatnot, I told him, you can go, right? I don't want you to bear this responsibility because it was an accident. And it really did happen while he was with us. So putting into consideration that we explained the whole process of how it happened, the customer wasn't vexed at all. Yet, we still made sure that the guaranteed outcome for that customer was, proper customer satisfaction. So overall, what I want to say is Balance is for everybody. It's for the mechanics, it's for the car owners. It's a platform that is designed to actually make your vehicle repairs and maintenance really seamless and efficient, cost-effective. Every benefit that you're looking to get from Balance, you get it. I think my sweetest part is pricing, that transparent pricing, that I can go here. I am guaranteed that this is how much I'm going to spend, right? I think it's a leisure that not all mechanic garage provide, and something that we do at Balance really consistently. And we're also expanding into more locations. So I think somebody else was saying more mechanic apps. I would say more Balance stations, right? So that you can patronize us in different environments. We have stations in Amuwo, we have stations in Ejigbo, we have stations in Bega, we have stations in Abeokuta as of today as well. And we're all over the place, right? Onipan, Surulere, so many other locations, right? All I would say is go on the app, check out the closest one to you, go there, explain your troubles to them, have them fix it for you. Understand that together is how we truly fix it, and that's how we Balance it. Thank you.
So that brings us to the end of today's Balance Talk Your Mind. I'm sure you have laughed, learned, and also gained experience. Me, I have. If you have with me, I have. Anyways, we will see you next time. Follow us on all our platforms, on Instagram, Balance_app, on Twitter, and of course, do not miss our next episodes, okay? Like and share.